Softening your eyes. Taking some nice deep breaths and leaving behind all the busyness from your morning. And let's come into our space with an Om. You can join me if you wish, but you don't have to. So bring our hands to Anjali Mudra. We're going to take a deep breath in and then exhale all that doesn't serve you. Another deep breath in. Om. And let's start off our practice with some work around our shoulders. Let's see, just nice small circles with the shoulders. Sit. And then going back the other way. And then bringing our fingertips to our shoulders. Make some nice big circles. Bringing your elbows together at the front, taking nice deep breaths, nice and slow, really opening up through the shoulder area. And going back the other way. Imagine you're drawing a circle with the ends of your elbows and you're trying to make that circle as big as you can. And then bring your hands down to relax on your knees, and we're stretching our neck out, taking it from side to side. Just taking some nice deep breaths as you do, softening through the eyes. And then coming back to center, bring your chin down to your chest, stretching through the back of your neck. And then inhale, looking up. And exhale all the way down. Nice big stretch. And coming back to center, we'll take our left hand up on the side of our head and gently stretching through the trap area, through this area between the shoulders and the neck. And then we'll take it to the other side. And back to the first side. And last one. Good. And then we're going to stretch out through the sides of our body. So placing your left hand down on the ground and bring your right hand over the top, stretching right through. And then taking it over to the other side. Oh, that's good. Side to side, nice big stretch through the side of your body. And coming back to center and placing the left hand behind you and the right hand across to the left knee, and just twisting your body, looking over your left shoulder. Taking a couple of breaths here and noticing a nice stretch through your spine, nice twist. And then cross over to the other side. And then coming back to the front. And if you're up on a block like I am, you might like to come down off the block and just stretching your body forward. Nice forward bend, stretching out through the back of your legs and your lower back. Taking a couple of breaths here. And then let's come up onto all four. And we're going to do a few cat-cows. Having your knees underneath your hips and your hands nice and open. We're going to inhale and lift our chest and lift our gaze. Nice curve through our spine. And exhale, bring our spine up towards the ceiling and taking your gaze point through your knees towards your feet. stretching out through the top of the spine and back of the neck. Just continue on there for 4 or 5 rounds. Just getting some nice space in between your vertebrae. Helping to ease off any stress or tightness that you might have in your shoulders and neck area, upper back area. And warming our body up for our yoga practice. Let's go one more round. And then from here, we're going to do thread the needle. So I'm going to move my right hand slightly in towards the middle of the mat. And I'm going to lift up the left hand and take my eyes with it, gazing up towards the hand, towards the ceiling. And as I exhale, I'm going to bring that hand under and thread it under the right hand, hovering it, nice stretch through the shoulders again. So inhale, come all the way up. Really nice twist in the top of the back, in the thoracic area. Exhale, coming all the way down. Inhale, coming up. And then on this one, we're going to take the shoulder and the ear down to the mat. Take your right hand forward. We're going to take 3 breaths here, nice long deep breaths, and stretch through the fascia muscle on the left scapula. It's a nice deep stretch for the shoulder. And one more breath here. And then come back up to our starting position, tabletop. And we'll go to the other side. So this time we'll bring the left hand slightly towards the center of the mat. As we inhale, bring the right hand up towards the ceiling and take your gaze with it. So you get a nice stretch through the upper back. Exhale, bring it under the left hand. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, bring it down, hover, really stretch through the hand. And last one, lifting the right arm all the way up and bringing the right arm and shoulder down to the mat. Take the left hand forward. 3 deep breaths here. Just allow your body to release into the stretch, feeling a stretch through the scapula on the right side. One more breath. And then return to tabletop. And then bringing your buttocks back to your heels. Have your chest up nice and tall. And we're going to walk our hands forward with our chest up into child's pose. Allow your hands to slide forward. Knees are nice and wide. Bringing your forehead down to the mat. If you have a block, you might like to support your upper body and neck through having your forehead on the block. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here. Just relaxing into the pose, checking in with your body again. Where are you feeling this one? Asking yourself, is it lower back? Is it the back of your legs? Is it shoulders? Let's take 1 more deep breath here. And then we're going to come up onto all fours. And we're going to take a little set of poses where we're going to go from downward dog to upward dog. So we're going to tuck our toes under and come up into our first downward dog, opening up through the hands, just walking your heels down towards the mat, giving your body a nice stretch through the back of the legs, stretching through the lower back as well. Now with this one, you can, when we go into the upward dog, you can bring your knees down to the mat if you like, or you can keep your knees off the mat for a little more challenging. So if you have your knees on the mat, you're coming forward, knees on the mat, and taking your gaze up. So feeling a little bit of a compression through the lower back. And then exhale, come back into downward dog. If you want to go with your knees off the mat, you roll over the toes and keeping the knees up. It's completely up to you. Just do what feels right for your body today. I'm going to do a few rounds, just giving our body a nice stretch, a nice wake up. As we exhale, we go to our downward dog. And as we inhale, we come to our upward dog. Let's go one more round. And then coming back to the tabletop position. And from here, we're going to go into puppy pose. With puppy pose, we keep our hips up in the air and we're going to walk our hands forward and bringing our forehead down to the mat. So we've got a nice deep stretch through our upper back. Walking your hands forward, keeping your hips up high in the sky. So it's another deep stretch through the shoulders. That's it. And taking 3 deep breaths here. And one more breath. And then from here, we're going to come up into a standing position. We're going to do our warrior sequence. So we'll start with our left foot slightly turned out and step forward with the right foot. As we inhale, we're going to bend our right knee and bring our arms up, taking our gaze up, connecting with your left hip flexor, feeling the stretch through there, lifting your hands up towards the ceiling, taking some nice deep breaths, nice and strong through the right thigh. Just take 3 more breaths here, so that right knee is bent over the right ankle. One more breath, and then we're going to straighten out our right leg and bring our hands forward and hands clasped behind our back into humble warrior. So we're going to lift up through the shoulders, lift our chest slightly. We've got the front leg elongated now, so feeling a nice stretch through the back of the leg, also through the shoulders. Let's take 3 more breaths here, nice and strong. And then releasing both hands to the mat. And if you have a block, you can place the block under your right hand. And we're going to inhale and lift up through the left hand, opening out through the chest into triangle pose. Strong stretch here through the hamstrings and opening up through the chest. Taking 2 more breaths. And then bringing the left hand back to the mat. And as you inhale, bring your arms back up and coming up to Anjali Mudra and step back. Give your legs a little shake and we'll take it to the other side. Turning your right foot out slightly and stepping forward with the left foot. Inhale, bringing your arms up above your head and bending through that left knee. That's it. So the left knee is nice and bent over the left ankle, gazing up towards the ceiling, lifting up through the hands, lifting up through the chest, connecting with the stretch, this time on the right hip flexor. Taking a couple more breaths here. Nice and strong through the feet. And then exhale as you bring your hands forward, bring your body forward, lengthening through the left leg and clasping your hands behind your back. From here, lift your chest up a little bit, lift your hands up a little bit. Taking some deep breaths. Strong stretch through the hamstrings on the left side. One more breath. And then release your hands to the mat. Bring your left hand just inside the left foot. If you have a block, you might like to place your hand on the block. And then as you inhale, bring your right hand up towards the sky and take your eyes with it. So you're opening up through the chest. Just take 3 breaths here. So stretching through the chest, slight twist in the upper back. Nice and strong through the left hand and a strong stretch through the back of the left leg. One more breath. And then bringing the right hand down to the mat. And then as you inhale, come back up to standing and bring your hands back to Anjali Mudra. Nice. Give your legs a little shake. And from here, we're going to go into a balancing pose. So this is a modification of the tree pose that helps to stretch through the glutes and the lower back. So we're going to open up our toes on our right foot and just move our legs around, hips around a little bit, just to make sure that we're fully grounded through the right foot. And then we're going to bring our left leg across the front of the right leg, bend the right knee a little bit, getting your balance nice and strong. You can hang on to something if you wish. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra and start to bend your body a little bit forward. You'll start to feel a bit of a stretch through the ITB on the left leg and a little bit in the glutes. Find yourself a gaze point. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. So as you bend that right knee and bring your chest forward, you'll get a nice stretch for your lower back. And then release and come back up to standing. Give that a little shake. And then we'll start on to the other side. So opening up through the toes on the left foot, moving your hips in a little circular direction so you get fully grounded, fully balanced. You feel the ankle points underneath the left foot. Bring your right leg in front of your left. Slight bend in the left knee. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra. And then start to bring your chest forward, finding your gaze point. Starting to feel that stretch through the glute and through the ITB. 2 deep breaths to go. Feeling all the little stabilizer muscles in your ankles, helping you to stay balanced. And then coming up and release. Nice. Okay, give your legs a little shake. And next one we'll go to is our sun salute. So we're going to come to the top of the mat, having our feet fairly close together. And we're going to go for 3 rounds today. Inhale and lift your arms up. Take your gaze up. And then exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands down to the mat. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthen your spine. And exhale, step back into a high plank. Or if you want to bring your knees to the mat for a modification, you can. And slowly bending your elbows, bring your chest down to the mat. Then inhale, lift up into an upward dog. Stretching through the front of the chest, tucking your toes under. And lifting your hips into a downward dog. Taking your gaze forward towards your hands and stepping forward into forward bend. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthen your spine. Feel the stretch down the back of the legs. Exhale, bring your chest to your legs, hug your chest in. And then inhale, bring your arms up to mountain pose and back to Anjali Mudra. Nice work. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Just even out our breathing so we can really focus on relaxing our mind and going inward. We've got 2 more rounds to go. Okay, let's inhale, lifting our hands, lifting our gaze, stretching up through the body. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. And then exhale, stepping back into your high plank or low plank. And then slowly lowering your body down to the mat, nice and strong. Inhale, lift up through the chest into your upward dog, stretching through the front of the body, tucking your toes under, coming into downward dog. And then take your gaze forward as you step forward to forward bend. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthen the spine, feeling the stretch down the back of the legs. Exhale, hug your chest to your knees. And inhale, come all the way back up to mountain pose and hands to Anjali Mudra. One more round to go, or you can take a rest if you wish. Okay, inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lift your spine, lengthen, lift your chest, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step back into high plank. And exhale as you slowly lower your body down to the mat. Inhale, lift through the chest. And exhale, taking your toes under, coming up to downward dog. And then take your hands, your gaze forward, step forward. And then inhale, lift and lengthen your chest and spine. Exhale, hug your chest to your legs. And then inhale, come all the way back up to mountain pose and back to Anjali Mudra. Okay, taking a few breaths here. And then we're going to come down to the mat into a seated position. Taking your feet out nice and wide. Come up onto your sit bones. Sit. So just lengthening your spine. We're going to inhale, lift our arms and lift our chest. And exhale, take our body forward and clasping over the back of your right foot or your ankle or your shins. From here, gaze point towards your toes. We're going to take 4 deep breaths. On each breath, just surrendering a little more into the stretch. Connecting with the stretch down the back of the leg. And then inhale, coming back up to seated position. And exhale there. Inhale, bring your arms up. And exhale as you fold forward to the left side. Lengthening out through the hands. You might be able to have your hands clasped behind the foot or hold on to the ankle or the shin. Folding forward and feeling a deep stretch through the left hamstring. Let's take 4 more deep breaths here. On each exhalation, surrender a little more into the stretch. Gazing towards the left big toe. One more breath here. And then inhale, come up. Bringing your feet together now, so your legs are straight out in front of you. Coming up onto your sit bones, nice tall spine. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, fold forward. And if you can, bring your hands behind your feet. You might be able to clasp them together or just hold on to the outside of your feet or your big toe or your ankles. Nice work, everybody. Gazing towards your big toes. Let's take 4 deep breaths here. This one gives a very deep stretch through the lower back. Also the hamstrings. And last breath here. and release. Come back up to sitting. And we're going to go onto our back into Apanasana. So laying on our back and hugging our knees towards our chest. So this is a counter pose to the forward bend we just did. So we're going to release any tension that we may have in the lower back. Just rolling your hips around in a circle, releasing any tension through the lumbar spine. You might want to rock backwards and forwards or round in a circle. And then bringing your feet down to the mat. We're going to go into a bridge pose next. So we're going to slide our feet back towards our buttocks so our heels are as close to our buttocks as possible. We're going to inhale, lift up through the hips and bringing the hands underneath, walking your shoulders together, coming up into a deep stretch through the shoulders, squeezing the buttocks. Let's take 4 deep breaths here. Feeling that stretch through the back of the neck, also through the shoulders, through the front of the quads and through the glutes as you squeeze and lift up as high as you can. And then releasing your hands and slowly lowering your body down to the mat and hugging your knees up to your chest again and giving that a little roll and back the other way. Placing your right foot down on the mat and your left leg crossing across the front of the right thigh. And we're going to hug up that left leg towards our chest into, this is a half pinch on the back. Just hugging that up. You might want to have a little bit of a rolling action going there, going from a little circle. Taking some deep breaths in, feeling a deep stretch through the glutes and the ITB. And then dropping the right foot to the mat, keeping the left leg crossed. Slide your left hand up to, the right hand up to the left knee, left hand straight out from your shoulders, and draw that knee across to the right side as you look to the left. So this is a deep twist on the lower back and really good stretch down the left side of the body, helping to release any tension you might have in the lower back. Let's take 4 deep breaths here and allow your knee to relax, surrendering into the pose each time on each exhalation. Inhale back to center and uncross your legs, placing the left leg on the ground and crossing the right leg across the left, and then hug that right shin into your body. So might do a few circles here. Just feeling the deep stretch through the glute on the right side. And circle back the other way. Tuning into your body, feeling the earth underneath your back and underneath your shoulders and head, supporting you in your yoga practice. And then slowly lowering your left foot to the ground. Bring your left hand up to the right knee, right hand and arm straight out from the shoulder. Using your left hand to draw the knee across to the right side. As you look to the left, allow your body to surrender into that deep twist. Try to keep your shoulders close to the ground so you get a nice stretch through the front of your chest. Let's take 4 more breaths here. Connecting with a deep stretch down the right side of the body. Two more breaths. And then as you inhale, And back to center. And cross down and have your knees to your chest. And then from here, we're going to go into our legs up inversion. So you might like to be near a wall or a bed, whatever you have in your room, bringing your legs up. You might have a bolster you can put underneath your lower back, or you might like to go into a half shoulder stand. So as you inhale, lift up through the feet and come into position. If you're going to do a shoulder stand, holding your hips with your hands like a bowl of fruit and bring your elbows slightly in. Coming up into a nice comfortable inversion position. And I'm going to take 10 breaths here. Nice and light through the legs and the feet. Give your legs a little shake and move your feet in some little circles. Coming back to your breath. You might like to take your feet out nice and wide. And then bring the soles of your feet together. Knees out wide like a butterfly. Taking your feet back up in the air. If you're in a shoulder stand, you might like to lower your feet above your head down to the floor behind you. Into plow pose. Taking a couple more breaths here. And then inhale as you slowly lower your body back down to the mat. And coming into a comfortable position for Savasana, for your Yoga Nidra. If you have a bolster or a rolled up blanket, you might like to put it underneath your knees to support your lower back. So coming down, having your hands, palms facing up. If you have a eye pillow, you might like to put that underneath over your eyes. And if you have a blanket, you might like to put that over the top of you to seal in all the energy that you've built up. So coming into a really nice, comfortable position, ready for your Yoga Nidra. Taking 3 deep, relaxing breaths. Be aware of the sounds in the room. And be aware of the sounds in the distance. Moving your awareness from sound to sound without attempting to identify the sound. Be aware of your physical body lying in Savasana. And be aware of your alignment. Your chin lower than your forehead. Your spine aligned. Your arms close to the body. Fingers away from the floor. Become aware of your breath. And keep it completely spontaneous. Coming back to your intention for your yoga practice today and repeating your intention 3 times. rotating your consciousness around your body, starting with your right hand's thumb, forefinger, a little finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of your hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side trunk, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, top of your foot, bottom of your foot, toes, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Check your awareness that you're still awake and rotate your consciousness to the left side of your body. Your left hand thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of your hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side trunk, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, top of your foot, bottom of your foot, toes, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Check your awareness that you're still awake and move your attention to the back of your body, your heels, back of your legs, buttocks, back, shoulder, arms, hands, your whole spine, neck, back of your head, crown of your head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, center eyebrow, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, right nostril, left nostril, lips, chin, throat, chest, 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 abdomen, 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 pelvis, pelvis, pelvis. Become aware of your breath counting back from 17 to 0. Checking your awareness that you're still awake. Checking your awareness that you're still awake. Awakening the feeling of warmth within your body. Your whole body is warm. Your arms are warm. Your legs are warm. Your whole body is warm. Now awakening the feeling of coolness in your body. Imagine your whole body is cool. Your arms are cool. Your legs are cool. Your whole body is cool. Bring your awareness to the front of your closed eyes and imagine the following objects as they are named. A turtle, a horse, a waterfall, a purple agapantha, and a red rose, a rainbow, a sunrise, a full moon shining down over the water, a beautiful garden, a sunset, and a relaxing bath. Now is the time in your practice to repeat your intention 3 times. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Feel your body resting in Savasana, aware of the room that you're in and the surrounds, the floor, the ceiling, the walls, the windows. Recall the time of day and know that the practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to an end. I will chime the singing bowl once. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Stretching out through your arms and your legs, taking a few deep breaths as you roll to one side. And you can stay there and rest a little longer if you wish, or coming up to a comfortable seated position. Let's bring our hands to Anjali Mudra to close off our practice. You can join me if you wish in an Om, but you don't have to. Breathing in and breathing out all that doesn't serve us. Another breath in. Om. Thank you for being here today with your beautiful yoga energy, increasing your own vibration and healing and energy, and for all of those around you. Bring your hands to your forehead for kind thoughts, and to your lips for kind words, and to your heart for a kind heart. Namaste. Nice, ladies.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Beautiful.
How did the lower back stuff go for you?
So much better. Thank you.
Oh, that's
So
good.
much better. Thank
Good.
you.
Excellent.